everyone, it's Clifton Saunders, the branch manager here at Amcap Mortgage and senior loan officer. I'd like to thank you again for coming out to my mortgage blog. Today, we're going to be talking about the worst mortgage advice home buyers actually believe. So we've got 6 of them to go over, and here they are. We're going to talk about mortgage advice that people hear all the time. You ever hear someone say, hey, give me a little bit of advice, or they read it on Google, and all these things aren't always actually true. So that brings me to the first one that we're going to come to today. Don't bother getting a pre-approved for a mortgage loan. And you hear that all the time. People are like, I know my credit's good. They know I make enough money, so I don't need to get pre-qualified. Even if you're good to go, you're out there looking for that perfect home and you don't have a pre-approval in hand, that house will be gone before they'll even accept your offer in this market right now. So it's very important to have that pre-approval in advance. And the last thing you want to do is get qualified, or basically find a house that you love and find out you don't qualify for it and you lose money and time. So definitely always get pre-approved for your mortgage first. Number 2, should I get a mortgage from my bank where I already have an account? We hear that all the time, and you got to think, hey, they say that I've been banking with them forever, they know me, and the truth is they don't. You're just a number on a piece of paper to them. These big banks don't have any personality. They don't know what it's going to take to get you through the loan. In most cases, banks are, the jack of all trades, the master of none. We recommend you get a mortgage professional where their only trade that they do, they don't open bank accounts, car loans, or anything else. They do one thing and one thing well, and that's get you to the closing table on your mortgage. So find and hire a professional mortgage consultant. All right. Number 3, don't bother reading the fine print. There's a lot of terminology used in mortgages. There's a lot of paperwork, and people are just so bent on just sign, sign, sign. You should read through your entire documents, and if you don't have time to do that, make sure you hire a qualified professional who's actually going to sit down with you through a video like this or in person and actually go over all your documents. The last thing we want you to do is not understand your mortgage when you get to closing table. And remember, there are no such things as stupid questions. The only things is the ones that you don't ask are the only stupid questions. So keep in mind, know everything about the process and make sure you ask a lot of questions. Number 4. Always go with the lowest interest rate. And I know that sounds counterproductive. People say, well, sometimes the higher rate is better. And that is true. Sometimes the lowest interest rate comes with things that you don't want, as far as like adjustable rates or prepayment penalties, or maybe even a shorter term, which makes your payment higher than what you can actually afford. So you should look at all aspects of the loan, not just the rate. Look at the total cost, look at the rate, because the lowest rate isn't always the best deal. Number 5. I'm a first-time home buyer and I am guaranteed to get some free money. Now, that's not always true. We do love helping our first-time home buyers, and just because you're a first-time home buyer doesn't guarantee that you're entitled to grant programs or tax credit programs. Every program out there has their own rules, and a lot of them have to do with income limits as well. So if you're making a lot of money, you just may not qualify even though you're a first-time home buyer. Also, not every first-time buyer program is the greatest. Sometimes they come with higher interest rates. So I always tell my first-time buyers, you've got to decide on 2 things that you want. Do you want A, a lower payment, or B, a lower cash to close? Sometimes if you have your own down payment, avoiding some of these down payment assistance programs may be beneficial for you in the long run. So just make sure you run all the numbers with your local expert and your mortgage consultant, and they will walk you through all those pitfalls. All right, number 6 is borrow as much as you're approved for, even if you don't need it. Now, I hear that all the time when it comes from the real estate or the mortgages. Get them qualified for as much as humanly possible. And you know what? You shouldn't do that. You should actually, it's not about what you can get qualified for, it's what you can afford. So a professional is going to go over your budget with you. Even though I have had many cases where clients can qualify for more than what they actually purchase, is because I went over their budget with them. The last thing I want to do is set someone up for foreclosure. So make sure you go off a budget, not what your max approval is. And a professional is going to make sure they walk you through that. All right, everyone. Thanks again for coming out and watching my video blog. I appreciate you watching this, and don't forget, if you know anybody who can use our services, don't forget to share this video with them. Post it on Facebook, share, or forward it to anyone you think that this can help. And as always, if you need any information from me or my team, you can always reach out to us at 281-930-7775. We're here to help you, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.